dividing integers. I can multiply and divide integers.
And right now, you all should be saying, I can multiply and divide integers. And multiplying and dividing integers is something you've been doing for quite a while now. But when we're talking integers, we're talking positives and negatives. And there's a couple new rules that we're throwing out at you, are things that you need to realize. Vocab started off easy enough. Product, quotient, integer were review words. And then we went into number 2, which I would tell you is the most important part of the lesson here today. We talked about rules. So let's just quickly go through the rules. We used variables because we just love algebra, right? So I said, what is a positive A times a positive B? So a positive, whatever A is, it could be any number, times a positive B could be any number. So what is a positive A times a positive B, you guys? It's a positive AB. So the big thing is it's positive. What is a positive A times a negative B, you guys? Negative AB. So the big thing is a positive times a negative is a negative. What is a negative A times a negative B? A positive AB. So this, even though we didn't write it, it's a positive AB. And what is a negative A times a positive B?
A negative AB.
A negative AB. So we realized here, if you look at the cheat sheet, that if you have the same signs, you're going to have a positive product. If you have different signs, you're going to have a negative product. And then division is the same thing. So when I go through my division, I have a positive divided by a positive. What's the value? What?
Positive.
I have a negative divided by a positive. What's the value?
Negative.
I have a positive divided by a negative. What's the value?
Negative.
Negative. I'm going to circle these so it doesn't look like I'm under or making an equal sign. And what is a negative divided by a negative's value?
Positive.
And the value is in the answer. The value of the answer is going to be positive for this last one. A negative divided by a negative is going to give you a positive answer. Okay, really quick. Multiplication is what kind of addition? Okay, can we all be following along here and try that again? Multiplication is what kind of addition? Repeated. That's so much better. Thank you. And then I gave you some examples of repeated addition. 2 times 3 is the same as saying 3 plus 3 because we are adding 3 twice. Or it's the same as saying 2 plus 2 plus 2 because we're adding 2 3 times. Okay? Number 8 is another example of that. Dividing. Real quick, what is a fraction again? Someone raise your hand. Tell me, what is a fraction, Sophie?
Dividing.
A fraction is what?
Dividing.
It's dividing. Any fraction is really a division problem, right? Okay, and when we divide, we split things up how? Equally, evenly, however you want to say that. And then really quick, just to make everyone understand, when you're dividing fractions, what number goes inside the box? The top number, and we call that top number the
Numerator.
Cool. And then multi-steps right down here. 15 was kind of cool. 16 was even more cool because we used some algebra. The big thing is before you jump into PEMDAS, you should always assess the problem, right? And assessing the problem in this situation means we got to look for any rewrites. So if you look at our first problem here, is there a rewrite? Yeah, before you do any multiplication in this problem, you should have rewrote. Only 1, 2, or 3 people did that. Everyone else just jumped straight into PEMDAS, but you got to be careful. You got to look for the rewrites first. In this situation, the rewrite first. Questions?